afternoon. How are you? I miss you, Mateus. It's been a long time. Where have you been? Oh, hi dear. Good to see you here. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? Yes. Are you working a lot? Oh, okay, good. Good to know that. So let's see our topics for today, all right? And it's been a long time that we don't talk, right, Matheus? I missed you last week, but now you know that you can replace your classes by watching the videos. Okay, we are posting the classes on YouTube. There is a channel. I posted the link on our group today, but I can send it over to you if you want. So you just need to watch the videos from the days that you missed, and then you do the exercises on the book, take a picture, okay? Send me the picture, and then we consider your class replaced. Now, if you have any questions or anything you don't understand, then you just talk to me. Okay, Mateus? So see the days that you missed in April, and then go to our channel and try to watch those videos, get the exercises done, and send me a picture. Okay, Mateus, but you have to do this within the month you're absent. Okay, it has to be in the same month you missed the classes, because if you kind of replace classes in May, for example, from April, they will not be replaced. I mean, you will replace, of course, because you will watch the classes, but your absences, they will remain. Okay? All right, Mateus? So you have to do that in the same month you were absent. All right? So let's see our topic. We are approaching our test. Yes, we finished Unit 9 last week. And this week we are having a review today. And then on Thursday we have our Stop and Check 2. Okay, so as you know, the Stop and Check consists of 4 units only, and it's only vocabulary and grammar. There is no writing or listening, okay? It's just to review, basically, vocabulary and grammar from the previous units. This time we are doing Stop and Check 2, which is from units 5 to 8. Okay, so units 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so let's go there, Mateus. So this is our page on Google Classroom, and here we posted the topics for this week. So today is review from units 5 to 8. So that's something good for you because you've been missing some classes, right? So it's nice to see those things again. And then on Thursday, we have our Stop and Check, which is only a test. Of course, since it's a test, we cannot record. So this video from Thursday will not be available, right? Because we will not even record the class. It's a test. So what you have to do, because I know you work on Thursdays, right? So you miss every Thursday. So in this case, you should schedule a replacement, kind of replacement we used to do in the past, right? Presential or even online. So it's like a conventional replacement, if I can call it this way. So you have to schedule a replacement to do your test, okay? Then you have to get in touch with the school and schedule a time to have your replacement. Okay, Mateus? And it's usually on Fridays, all right? So you can do your test. Hi, Larissa, good to see you. Hey, good to see you. How nice, welcome. How have you been? Are you working? Are you at work now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I figured it took a while to come in, so I thought maybe Larissa is at work. So I'm showing Mateus the topics for this week. Okay, since we finished Unit 9, so before we go any further, it's better to do the stop and check number 2, which is from Units 5 to 8. Okay, and this will be on Thursday, next class. Today, we will see the most important points from those units 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Then if you have any questions or anything, you can just let me know. I've been posting some worksheets during all these weeks, so you can go back and check the other classes we post here to see some extra exercises. Okay. So let's take a look first at Unit 5 to see the topic. What is this unit? What was this unit all about? So let's open it up. Okay. I don't know if you can see very well. I'm trying to maximize it the best because it actually it was a picture, right? But we don't need to read everything. The font is extremely small and I'm not going to read any of those. I just want to see the main topics, okay? So this is what really matters. So unit 5 talked about the future, right? So we saw future forms in this unit. The difference between will and going to, okay? We saw how to make predictions, okay? We also talked about future possibility when we use modal verbs like may, might, could, all right, and here we have some examples. Now, let's see a little bit more about Unit 6, okay, before we actually start practicing, okay. Unit 6 was all about information questions, questions that begin with WH pronouns, right? We saw many different kinds of questions there, and it was like a review because we've seen this before, okay? So this one here, they will give us a better look at those questions. So we had questions like, for example, what with the word like, not as a verb, but as a conjunction, if I can put it this way. So for example, what is your father like? What is your best friend like? When I want to know about personality and for physical appearance, what does your best friend look like? What does your mother look like? Okay, so we saw that structure. We also saw some questions that start with how. For example, how tall, how high, the difference, right? We also saw how heavy. Okay, so in this unit, guys, we also had a small part about relative clauses, when to use them, how to use them, and the relative pronouns. And to finish Unit 6, we saw some participles, okay? How to use participles in English, especially in relative clauses, but in this case, they will become participle clauses because they start with a participle verb, okay? Now, moving on to Unit 7, what did we talk about? What was the focus? The present perfect. Yes, that's right. So we really talked about the present perfect with a closer look on the other forms of perfect. Okay, not only present perfect, but also the idea, the meaning. Um, and we also had a small part on the passive perfect when we use the passive voice in the present perfect. Okay, that's what I mean by other kinds of perfect. So not only active voice, but also passive voice. So let's move on to the next part. Just a moment. So this second part will talk to us about the different ways I use and the moments I use the present perfect, as we call it. So we use it for unfinished past to talk about experiences when we have a present result. Okay, so this is all described here in your grammar reference. And then finally, we saw the present perfect or simple past, the contrast between them, right? Because they are different and we use them in different situations, right? And they show us here when to use the present perfect, when to use the simple past. We also talked about present perfect simple passive, like I said before, right? So this lesson also focuses on the passive voice. For example, it has been sold, they have been sold, okay? Or cars have been produced, for example. Oh, he has been fired, all right? And to finish that, the present perfect continuous. Okay, when I talk about continuous actions that have been going on for some time. Okay, so let's see the next part. That was unit 7. So there is a small part here that was missing from unit 7, which was 7.6, about the differences between present perfect simple or continuous. Which one should I use when? Okay, we also saw that in unit 7. Then going to unit 8, this was the shortest unit in terms of grammar. Unit 8 talks about verb patterns. So how do verbs behave, right, in specific sentences, specific situations? Which verb should I use after this verb or that? So here we saw the use of the infinitive, okay, the ing form or the gerund, okay. And we also saw some examples, the differences between them. So some verbs take infinitive right after them, and some verbs take ing after them. Here we have an example. We've decided to move ahead. Oh, sorry, we've decided to move abroad. Yeah, it's because the font is very small. So we've decided to move abroad. So decide is a verb that takes infinitive. All right. Let me give you an example of a verb that takes a gerund. I enjoy reading history books. I enjoy reading history books. Okay, so the verb enjoy. When I use a verb after enjoy, I must use a gerund. Okay, this is what verb patterns are. There is a list of verb patterns that I printed and I put a copy for you on Google Classroom. Okay, and then what did we learn in Unit 9? We talked about conditionals, but we are not going to see Unit 9 in our test because our stop and check is only from Units 5 to 8. So you don't need to worry now about Unit 9, okay? Just because Mateus wasn't here in the previous classes and I'm mentioning here, okay? Unit 9, Mateus, we talked about conditionals. So possible, improbable, impossible, and no conditions at all. So we could see all of them here in Unit 9, okay? But in our stop and check, we will not evaluate the use of conditional tenses, all right? Okay, guys, so let's move on now to our practice. Let's see what we can remember and how we feel doing the exercises, okay? So let's go there. In questions, okay? Let's see. Match the questions in A with the answers in B. And in this exercise, we are practicing information questions, okay? Let's see the first one. If I ask this question, what's he like? What's he like? What is the best answer here? Take a look, okay, in sentences A through H. Okay, do you have any idea? So number one, what's he like? Oh no, I'm not going to do that. Let me just select here. I'll try to add the text here so we can visualize the answers, okay? So the best answer to that question is letter G. He's nice, very friendly, and a lot of fun. Because when I ask this question, what plus verb to be plus the pronoun and like, I'm asking about someone's personality. It's like, tell me more about this person. Tell me more. Is he nice? Is he outgoing? Is he friendly? Okay. So here we're going to put letter G. Good. Now, number two, what does he look like? What does he look like? What is the best answer? Great. If you said letter A, you're right. Because here we are describing the physical appearance. Okay? So when I ask questions with what auxiliary verb, do or does, depending on the subject, plus subject and the phrase look like. Okay, so what does he look like? This is a question to know the physical appearance of a person. I want to know physically what the person looks like. All right, so tall and good looking. Now, number three, what does he like doing? What does he like doing? What is the best answer? Excellent. So if you said letter D, you are absolutely right. He enjoys sailing and walking. Here, I'm really conjugating the verb to like. And I want to know what he likes doing. So that's the way to ask. What does he like doing? And here, guys, you can notice because we were talking about verb patterns, doing is in the gerund form because I'm using here the verb like. Like is one of those verbs that take a gerund, but it's flexible. I can also use an infinitive after like. Okay. So, what does he like doing? Okay, good. Now, number four, how tall is he? How tall is he? What is the best answer here? Yes, exactly, letter B. About 6 feet. So we know the difference, right? When we are asking about the height. Here in Brazil, we use meters and centimeters, but in the United States, they use feet and inches, all right? So that's why here, 6 feet. Do you know the equivalence? Does anybody know the equivalence? All right, so let me show you a converting table so you have an idea, okay? It's a little complicated. I'm not very good at math, but there is a formula, okay? Let me show you the conversion table so you know more or less what your height would be like in English, right? In America. Let's try it out, just a second. For example, how tall are you, Mateus? How tall are you? You look really tall to me. I don't know. I will guess, okay? I'll say that you are probably 184, maybe. It's been a while that I don't see you, but you seem to be 180 something. So let's convert that. Look, exactly 6 feet. Okay? So I was right on target. Okay? So if you are 184, you are exactly 6 feet tall. Okay, Mateus? So let's see the conversion there. Let's go here. 1 meter is equivalent to 3 foot 3. Okay, more or less, approximately. Okay, these are the inches, and because of course we have decimals, but it's approximately 3.3. Okay, or like they say there, 3 foot 3. Okay, guys, all right. So whenever we say, for example, oh, in my case, I'm 157. 1 meter and 57 centimeters. I'm really short. So I'm 5'1". I'm 5'1". Okay. All right. Now let's go back to our review. How tall is he? About 6 feet. So he's about 184. 1 meter, 84 centimeters. Okay. We can say 1 meter, 84. That's okay if we wish. Now, question number 5. How old is he? How old is he? What is the best answer? Exactly. Letter H. Very good, guys. So he is in his early 30s. So when we don't know exactly how old someone is, we can say approximately. So we usually say the decades, right? So, oh, he's in his early 30s. So 31, 32, up to 33. Okay. Mid 30s would be 35, 36. Okay. So this is how we usually say the age, okay? When we don't know exactly, we approximate. Now, number 6, what is his apartment like? What is his apartment like? Great. Letter E. Very good. So it's small but nicely decorated. Okay. Again, I'm asking you to describe someone's apartment here, his apartment, because I'm using what plus verb to be, and then the word like. Here, it doesn't mean the same as when I use the verb like, okay? Here, I just want you to describe. Number 7, which part of town is it in? Which part of town is it in? Near the library. Okay, you're giving the localization of something, more or less where you will find it. So, okay. Number 8, what brand is it? What brand is it? Yes, exactly, letter F. It's an apple. It's an apple. Okay, guys, so if you can, please take a picture. This is very important. It will be in your test, okay? All right, can I move on? So another very important topic is future forms, using probabilities in the future with modal verbs, may, might, and could. Let's try to do that one. The first one, choose the correct forms. Here, let's say, where on vacation this year. When I do exercises like this in the future, it's very important to read all the sentence until the end and find the time expression, the adverb that tells me if it's something that I should use with going to, like something planned, or if it's just a prediction, if there is a probability. So the way we evaluate is first check the time expression, then see if there are any uncertainties, like if something will happen or not. If you have examples, like for example here, I'm not sure. I'm not sure is exemplifying that you don't know. It depends. So expressions like that, I'm not sure, I don't know, it depends. So these expressions, they indicate that I should use a modal for probability. Okay? And also I'm talking about the future. So the time expression helps me place my verb tense correctly, okay? So let's see the first one here. Where on vacation this year? So I'm talking about a future situation. Which one is the best option? Exactly. Here, where are you going on vacation this year? So we are talking here about future plans. For future plans, or even here, if you have already decided and I want to know about it, I use the present continuous. It's possible, okay? Because then when I say that, I'm showing you that I know you have already made plans for your next vacation. And I just want to know now what you've decided. So, where are you going on vacation this year? Where are you going on vacation this year? Okay. So, I'm expecting an answer that is usually affirmative, right? So, let me just select this here and try to. Okay. This is the best option here. Okay, good. Now, let's see the next one. Number 2, guys, sorry about that. I'm not sure. So look, they haven't decided yet. You were expecting that they had decided, but apparently they haven't, right? So the person says, I'm not sure, we somewhere different. So which modal here will give me this idea of probability? Exactly, might. Okay, let me just minimize here. It's way too big, but that's okay, guys. So we might try somewhere different. Okay, let's go to the next one, number 2. My parents go to America, oh sorry, to Argentina for a month in February. So here, apparently, everything is already planned because you have a date, you have a month, you have a place. So it has been decided, okay? So what can you say here? My parents are going to Argentina, or my parents will go. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to decide, right? But here, as we know that the person has a destination, the person has a month, it is something already planned, at least their parents, right? So she says, oh, my parents are going to Argentina for a month in February. Okay, so here we have the first one. Okay, now she will talk about the weather, but it's summer in Buenos Aires then. So here the person is even saying the season in Buenos Aires in February. So is it something that depends, or it's always like this? Always. In February, it's summer in Buenos Aires. Is it something permanent? Is it like a fact, or is it like a probability? Exactly, it's a fact. So every year in February, sorry, it's summer. So here I can't use it could be summer. No, because I'm talking about a fact. So it will be summer in Buenos Aires. Okay, so let me minimize there. Okay, I think I can make it smaller. Yes, I can. All right, so it will be summer is the best option because it's not something that depends. No, it will be. So the weather now will be hot or is going to be hot. It's equivalent to the previous one, right? The same idea. I'm talking about the weather in February in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So I know for a fact that it will be summer and then it will be hot. It's not like the weather is, of course, I can have indication like evidence that it is going to be hot because it's summer. So conclusion, it's going to be hot, right? I can say that. I wouldn't discard this possibility because when we make conclusions, when deductions and we reach conclusions, sorry, we already know what will happen. So here, since it will be summer, then it's going to be hot. So we can make this kind of combination, all right, people? Because um, in this case here, I think it's going to be hot is lacking too. So I wouldn't choose this one just because it's missing the particle too. But just for you to know, guys, that based on my conclusion, I could use that as evidence and then use the future with going to, okay? But as you can see here, I hadn't noticed that before. It's missing the particle to, all right? So it should be the weather is going to be hot. So here I have to stick to will, all right? So considering that both pieces of information I'm giving are facts. They are not my opinion or they are not anything I'm guessing. No, it will be summer, it will be hot, okay? Now, wow, that sounds great. I would love to go there. When my mom later, so, well, my mom later, so ask her for the website. So here, the other friend letter B, is really excited about her mom's or her parents' trip to Argentina. And she says, oh, that sounds great. I would love to go there. And then the other friend, uh, talking about her own vacation, says that her mom later, so she will be with her mom later, right? So how can she say that since she knows for sure that she will be with her mom later? When you know for sure, then you can use the present continuous. So I'm seeing my mom later today, okay? So now that you made a comment that you liked the idea of going to Argentina and everything, so what do you say? You make a decision at the moment of speaking. Remember, when we make a decision at the moment of speaking, we usually use the future simple. So, what is the best one? Let me just hear. I'm seeing my mom later, so I'll ask her for the website. Very good. So here, it has to be simple future, guys. Let me tell you why. Um, because I've just noticed that you got interested on the topic. Sorry, you got interested in the topic. You want to know more about Argentina in February. So I've just noticed that, and then I decided, oh, I'll give her the website. So I'll be seeing. I'm seeing my mom later. I'll be seeing my mom later is also good. So I'm seeing my mom later. So I'll ask her for the website. Okay. They booked it all on the internet. So she decides to give her friend um, all the information her mother got. Okay, that's great. Thanks. And what about your plans? So going back now to your friend, you want to know about her plans. And then she still doesn't know. She says, oh, I don't think we won't have or will have. Yes, the best one is this one here. I don't think we'll have a chance. Okay, so let me just, I don't think we'll have vacation this year. So she's talking about vacation, not a chance. So she says, oh, I don't think I'll have vacation this year because an apartment soon. So we are buying gives the idea that you've been planning to do it. We will buy an apartment soon is when you're not so sure about it. You're just making a prediction. So what do you think? When she says, I don't think I'll have vacation, look, she asked here, what about your plans? And then she goes, oh, I don't think we'll have vacation this year because, so buying an apartment, guys, is something that requires planning. You need to plan before. You just don't go ahead and say, oh, okay, I'll buy an apartment. Let's go. So only if you really have a lot of money, and when I use the simple future, I decide at the moment of speaking. But here, buying an apartment is something that takes planning. So we understand that it's the best option to use the present continuous here. We're buying an apartment soon. And look, soon, it means that it's really close. Okay, so it's going to happen um, in the near future. Okay, guys. So if you want, you can take a picture of this. This is very important so you can see the differences between uh, continuous, present continuous to talk about the future, modal verbs when it's future probability or possibility, simple future when we are talking about affect something you know for sure, and when you make decisions at the moment of speaking, right? And but most times we use the present continuous to talk about things that we know we are going to do. Okay, so for example, here I'm seeing my mom later, so I'll ask her for the website. So it has already been arranged. She will be with her mom. Okay, so, okay, guys, to do more exercises on this, I suggest you do the worksheets I posted. It's even better than my explanations, right? The next activity is about present perfect and time expressions. We won't have time to do today, but I will do the following. I will send a copy of this file, this worksheet, so you can practice. And then if you have any questions, you just get in touch with me. All right, people. So let me show you our Google Classroom page again. Just a second. So I recommend that first you take a look at the content on these pages, especially if you don't have the book, because here there is a review of each one of the lessons, okay? Take a look at this irregular verb list, which also helps a lot, okay? There is also a phonetic symbol table here for you to find some phonetic symbols in case you have questions on how to pronounce a word. Okay, it can help you too. And try to do the eye checkers. You know, if you have the book, of course, you can access the platform. The eye checker from units 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, guys. So thank you for coming. Let's take a picture before we go just to confirm your attendance. And in case you missed any part of this class, you can always watch it again on YouTube, okay? So let me just pause here. Okay. I know Mateus is working. So like I said before, Mateus, get in touch with the school and schedule replacement for you to do the test, okay? And Larissa, hope to see you on Thursday. All right. Thank you very much, guys. If you have any questions, please drop us a line. Don't forget. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. See you on Thursday. Bye. Take care, guys.